Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Dan the T-Shirt Guy. Welcome back to the Never Show. Yes, the only show with lemon-scented limes, is lest I forget, and the only show with a supernatural, super awesome third eye. Why ask why? Why wouldn't you want a third eye? And yes, it is Wednesday again, and that means we review the movie. So let's review that beautiful footage. And today's movie is Kong of Skull Island. Okay, I'm just gonna let you in on some secrets here. When I first heard of this, I thought, "Oh no, they're abusing this property again," and I was surprised. So let's get into it. It's a PG-13. It is an hour and 58 minutes, which it doesn't feel like it. Thank you for great writing for Dan Gilroy, I believe it's pronounced, and Max Borenson, plus Derek Connolly and John Gantz, Gants, Gantz, for writing a beautiful, beautiful movie. I cannot thank you enough for making this a good movie. Director Jordan Vogt-Roberts, Vogt-Roberts. I'm still a little hard on pronunciations and things. I'm really trying. Tom Middleton is John James Conrad. Samuel L. Jackson. I was very, very scared when Samuel L. Jackson came into this as a Kong movie. I was not really sure what his position was, but I believe his acting was on par. And for the setting and the time setting, which this was set in the 70s, thank you for doing that. Finally, a movie that has contemporary stuff that I understand. Being born in the 70s and whatnot. As Preston Packard, Brian Larson as Mason Weaver. I loved her. She was John C. Reilly. Now, I'm not a big fan of Tim and Eric Awesome's show. And the last movie I did see him in was The Lobster. And I was thoroughly, thoroughly horrified by that movie. And it is still scarring me till this day. But he was consummate, and he was on point, and he was beautiful. And and he was not that creepy guy that you see in Tim and Eric, and not the disturbing guy you see in The Lobster. John Goodman is back as Bill Rand. I love John Goodman. He is a great actor. He's still bringing it at this time. I really, really, really want to see him in more things because he has a wonderful range. Corey Hawkins as Houston Brooks. John Ortiz as Victor Naves. Okay, I have to use a little pronunciation.
Tianjin.
Sorry about that. I have to always use these. Tianjin as San. Toby Kebbell as Jack Champman and / Kong. I don't understand that one. Jackson Mitchell as Miles. Shia Wingham as Cole. Thomas Mann as Shiver. I'm terrible with names. Shivko. Eugene Cono. Okay, I have to actually, because this is Spanish.
Eugene Cordaro.
Jeez. I can't pronounce names. Do I even pronunciation, bro? Mark Evan Jackson as Lance to Steve, and William Bretan as young Marlowe / Marlowe's son. Let's do the boring stuff. I know this part is extra boring. Legendary tension Pictures, Warner Brothers, and our domestic releaser was Warner Brothers Theatrical and the good old US of A. Special effects companies were Halon Entertainment, Hybrid Technologies, Industrial Light and Magic, ILM. Love those guys. Moving picture company, Prime Focus World, Rodeo FX, and Shade FX. There's a ton of other stuff for artwork, footage, and all this other stuff. And I'll skip that because there is just too much to cover for this movie. Okay, so what do I think? This is the way monster movies need to be done. Anytime that you want to do a good Kong movie, this is the way you do it. This is the formula when you do giant monster movies. This isn't your Wolfman. This isn't your Dracula. No vampires, no zombies, no creatures from the Black Lagoon. None of that. This is the formulaic and best way to do this. Kong's size remained constant. There wasn't any discrepancies in modeling. The visual effects overall were stunning, and I lost myself in the narrative. What more could you ask for in a picture? I mean, Samuel L. Jackson, yes, I know I'm a little tired of seeing him in everything, but and it's not a racial thing or anything like that. It's just he's in every movie that I seem to like lately, and I don't know why. Maybe it's his acting. I mean, the man is a consummate actor. There's no holding him back. There wasn't a lot of build-up, and I'm thankful for that. The last Kong movie, which had, an hour of build to it. This one, they kept it short and sweet in the front, and they made it. And when you were going towards the end, it was all party in the back. It was like a mullet. It was awesome. Best description ever. Huh? Oh, jeez. What else more can I say? Acting was always on par for all the cast. Love that it was just barely the post-Vietnam era when they shot, where they set this. I think a modern Kong movie would be kind of inaccurate because where would you hide an island in this day and age when there's satellites scanning the ocean and scanning the sky and everything? It's just at that right proper time for everything to fall into place where there's just that one little piece of land that's missing. So here's to Skull Island. I love this. I loved it. Love getting lost in narratives. Love good acting. Love when things work out well. Please, Warner Brothers, figure out what you did here. Copy it for every successive monster movie that you do. This was the problem with Pacific Rim. They tried to overemphasize the monsters, try to oversimplify them, and Kong was in ever-changing shape. You could see the scars, you could see everything. Whereas Pacific Rim, I don't know what they did. They made the monsters too rubbery. It's not like Godzilla where things were kind of, the early Godzilla movies where things were really rubbery, but then they had to. Kong seemed to have weight, flesh density, and strength. Everything that you want in a monster. All the other monsters, although there was something that the other monsters seemed like they came from a video game. I've seen this shape before, and I didn't like it. But they had weight, mass, body, and they looked like they could move very quickly if prompted to. That's my only complaint about this movie is that the monster, it had, arms, it had a big snake tail, and it had a big bone head, and it just seemed very generic for a Kong movie. But my only complaint on the whole movie. So, that said, do I see this as a future theater you watch? I want to so bad. I want to. This is one of those ones that you want to watch again in the theater. I want to, but basically the budget and everything that makes this happen doesn't allow it this time. I want to, but I can't. Do I see this as a DVD buy? Yes, I see this as a definite add to the list, the ever-growing list. And do I see this as a TV watch? Most definitely. Just to show you how low grade I had for this movie, I purchased a copy of Megamind to watch before this because I felt like I was going into something horrible. And I was pleasantly surprised. So if you like what you see in here, please click that like button down below. Make sure that you also click that subscribe button and the little bell icon.
Ding.
There's the ding. And if you want to, so you can see more of these beautiful movie reviews. And I will see you all in the next movie review. Bye.